Rights activist Ni Yulan was released from prison earlier this month after serving 2.5 years in a women's prison on charges of fraud and stirring unrest. Ni has been at odds with the Chinese authorities since 2001, when she began protesting the destruction of homes, including her own, to make room for the construction of the Olympic Village in Beijing.
In the last 12 years, I have been treated as a criminal, both when I was at home or sitting in prison. At home, we were under police surveillance. They surrounded my house and turned it into a prison. We were not allowed to freely come and go. My family was harassed.
Renowned Chinese artist Ai Weiwei was not spared either. After criticizing the government, the designer of Beijing's Bird's Nest Olympic Stadium was arrested in 2011 and held in jail for almost 3 months without official charges. Chinese authorities said Ai Weiwei was investigated for alleged economic crimes. The long list of China's alleged rights abuses includes repression of its minorities, especially in Xinjiang and Tibet, and excessive control of the media and the Internet. The United States has repeatedly warned China to stop the abuses, but human rights groups say this is not enough. Sophie Richardson is China director at Human Rights Watch.
I think the reality is that for the U.S., human rights issues in China remain an issue to be managed, not a problem to be solved, and not as one that is absolutely foundational, fundamental to securing progress on other issues in the bilateral relationship.
China on Tuesday acknowledged shortcomings, but insisted that a lot of progress has been made. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Hua Chunying.
Our wish is that international organizations, including the UN Human Rights Council and other relevant organs, will objectively and fairly address China's development in the area of human rights. With regards to your question, we consider some issues as domestic matters. We hope that our judicial sovereignty will be respected.
In Hong Kong, City University professor Joseph Cheng said Beijing wants to influence the international human rights agenda.
China intends to soften external criticisms, to defend its basic position, and to lobby hard for support among other third world countries, especially those in Africa and Asia, not only to defend China, but also to support China's membership of the Council in the election to be held in November.
Cheng says China now wants to play a more active role in the UN's Human Rights Forum and in shaping the human rights policy of the United Nations. Zlatica Hoke, VOA News, Washington.